Hey, welcome guys. My name is James with This Beautiful Crazy Life. Welcome to my live stream. Before we start this video, I just want to tell you a little bit about what this channel is. Well, what do we do here at This Beautiful Crazy Life? Well, we try to talk about complex issues, the big topics of the day, current events, politics, economics, media, movies, music, everything, and we try to filter it through a Christian lens on how I understand the Bible, what I've been taught, and we try to work things out and figure out what is the best way to approach things, to ask questions, to use critical thinking in order to figure out what we as a church need to do to just like be better Christians, to spread the gospel, all those amazing things there. And so if that type of stuff interests you guys, hey, make sure to like and subscribe and tell me where you're at in the chat. So let's go ahead and start this countdown and let the video begin.
Seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Guys, it's me, James, with This Beautiful Crazy Life. Welcome to the channel. I just want to show you guys something real quick here. Check out this clip because yeah, just watch the clip. So I'm just sitting here a little in shock by this. You're probably wondering what is happening here. Well, that was at a church, and it was for a political rally they were having, where the crowd started screaming out the infamous phrase for many patriots across the globe, I guess, "Let's go Brandon." Now, if you don't know what "Let's go Brandon" is, I'm not going to explain it. I just learned about it a couple days ago because I'm just not really watching the news very often and sort of what's going on and considered being informed, which I don't think that makes anyone informed. But it's an interesting little story, and just sort of how the two sides of Democrats, Republicans, liberal, and conservatives are playing into it. But it's sort of become a calling call for a lot of conservatives. You know, you got t-shirts, you got songs, you got everything. It's I should make a song called "Let's Go Brandon." I mean, I don't really care, and I'm not a Trump supporter, but it looks like it can make a lot of money, and I got student loans. But the question is this appropriate for a church? Now, what was going on here is you're having a church rally ran by Michael Flynn, who was the national security advisor for President Trump. And someone, I can't really tell who it was, it may have been the pastor there or someone else, started getting the crowd to go, "Let's go Brandon," at church. Now, Just to be clear, this wasn't a church service. This was a political event. There could have been a lot of people there who weren't Christian, or people there who didn't even go to that church there, but it's still bad. I don't really care if a church is politically conservative or politically liberal or politically moderate, purple with a little mixture in between, which I think is probably the best way to go, is where people from different political and cultural things come together and we try to work these things out and be sort of a light to the world. But that's a very hard thing to do. So it's easier to find churches that completely agree with us in our politics. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today, even though that's a pretty interesting discussion. Is political rallies or coming together about issues or politicians, is that okay for a church to do? And here's sort of my take on it. Context matters for it all, right? Like, I think if you're coming together to plot the overthrowing of a democratically elected government, probably not. That might not be the way to go. If you're doing something like we did in the civil rights movement, where Christians got together and tried to make the world a better place, I think that's good. Of course, I have my own political leanings. Like, I'm someone who's a big supporter of universal health care. I think it makes a lot of sense. The rest of the world does it. I don't know why we let our medical care be ran by giant multinational corporations. And there was a group in town a couple years ago where I live. I can't remember the exact name, but they were fighting to get Medicaid and Medicare expansion, and they were mostly like churches, mostly like black churches and Native American churches, like mostly churches of predominantly people of color, got together and lobbied to get Medicaid and Medicare expansion when that was being offered under the Biden administration. And I was in support of that. I mean, I wasn't a Christian, but even then I would be like, yeah, that seems like a good thing. And also, I do support things where churches get together to support other political positions that maybe I don't even agree with, because I think that's a right, and some churches believe that's what they're called to do. But I think there is a point where it gets dumb or stupid or misguided. And if you know what the phrase "let's go Brandon" means, this is so inappropriate. And I don't really know what anyone could have done. Maybe the pastor there, the elders are like, we don't want this to happen, but it did. But I think what's sad is that no one in that group, which was probably full of many Christians, let's just assume they were all, say they were Christians. Let's just assume that, because during this rally, there was a lot of talk about being a Christian nation, all that stuff there. So let's just assume 98% of people identified as Christian. No one just kind of stand up and thought, maybe we shouldn't say this, but instead it looks like everyone's joining in. No, I do know sometimes that mom mentality can be very dangerous, but man, come on, guys. Let's go Brandon at church. Such a bad witness for the church. I don't have anything super deep. I just wanted to bring this up and show people. People sort of talk about a lot on Christian TikTok. I'm not on Christian TikTok. I have a YouTube channel that you should subscribe and like to if you enjoyed this video. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a blessed day. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I recorded several videos this week. That's why you'll be seeing me wear the same hoodie in like every one. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.